And then there's some people might be in your group or in your family that's not ready to take that ride with you. So you got to step. You got to say, hey, I see you later, because I'm trying to go this way. And a lot of times I'm tired of going this way. See? It's either this way, or this way. So you got to decide which way you want to go. So for me, I had the confidence to step outside the box in terms of being a basketball player and say, hey, I want to be a businessman after I'm done playing. And that support system really helped me, gave me the confidence to then go into an arena that I wasn't used to being in and didn't know the words. See, I knew the no-look pass, I know crossover dribble. I do that in my sleep. I can do that. That's all day long. But then it's EBITDA, return on investment, on and on and on. I had to learn a whole new vocabulary so I could become a successful businessman.
No, that's 100% true.
And I want to run with smart people.
And you want to run with smart people.
Oh yeah.
I think that's the competitive thing. The competitive.
Oh man, come on, man.
So that was going to lead into it, right? Is that sometimes I think we get into business and we're friendly. Mm-hmm. I tell people all the time is that I didn't put this convention on to be like everybody else's. Mm-hmm. I put this convention on to be the best. Mm-hmm. I didn't go and get somebody that was okay. Mm-hmm. I went and got the best. Mm-hmm. And that's the competitive edge I always want to have. And so with you operating, I seen one of the most emotional moments you had was talking about a loss in the finals. And it shows the competitiveness that you have and that you also had to carry in business. How did that affect your business, that competitive edge when you went into corporate America and started getting into business?
Well, let me first tap in that word you just said, that you wanted to be the best. See, you're not going to settle for just anything. It's got to be best in class and excellence. If you're about those things, then you're going to have a successful business. So remember that. It's all about being the best. So yeah, I am competitive. I'm competitive as hell. I like to win at everything. My wife still get mad at me, right? Because I don't care if we're playing bid whiz, we're playing spades. I don't care what I'm doing, checkers. I don't care, I want to win. So my wife tell me play my daughter one-on-one. She was a point guard in high school. And I said, no, I don't want to play my daughter. I know who I am. So when your wife tell you to do something twice, you better get to it, right? So she said, play your daughter. I said, all right, we're going to go to 10. Marcus, I let her get to 9. That was hard for me to do, but I let her get to 9. And then I crushed her. Because I got to win. And so if you're going to get into business, ladies and gentlemen, you got to have a winning mindset and a winning attitude. You have to be a competitor because guess what? You're going to have competition. You're going to have other competitors trying to knock you off for that #1 spot or trying to make more money than you. So it's important that not only that you are a competitor, but those who work for you, they're competitors as well. I only hire people like myself. I'm not a clock watcher. I go until I get it done. And if that takes me to 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night, then that's what we're going to do. See, because that's very, very important. So if you're thinking that, I'm just going to be 9 to 5, you're going to go until it gets done. If you want to change your lifestyle and them zeros, you got to go until you get it done. See, I'm here on Friday night. I could be at home chilling, but I'm here because this brother asked me to come here because I believe in what he's doing, and we need the information. It's important that we educate each other. So very, very important.
You beat your daughter.
Huh?
You beat your daughter, right? You know, I'm a girl.
I beat my mother, daughter, it don't matter. I'm mad. Well, yo, listen, I got 5 championship rings, and I lost 4. I'm still mad at the 4 I lost.
Speaking of that, right? So I watched 75th year anniversary of the NBA.
Right.
It's a championship. Everybody's there. LeBron, D-Wade. Everybody's there. You're there.
Right.
Michael Jordan walks in the room. Decade, 2 decades later, and moves everybody out the room.
Right.
And say, lace them up.
That's right.
Does the target ever leave your back for everybody that you put a stake in?
No. Let them come on. Listen, I only want to play against the best, Michael and Larry Bird during my time, and that was wonderful because it made me better.
Yeah.
You know, and we gotta quit being afraid to acknowledge greatness. And if somebody is great, they're doing a great job in our community that look like you, it's okay for you to say, man, great job, brother or sister, great job, you know? And then what you do, you run up to them and say, how'd you do it? Give me some of that knowledge. See, because Michael, I can say he was the greatest, and it's okay. LeBron is chasing that greatness, and it's okay for me to say that, right? Because I got mine, right? And I'm trying to get more, right? And so that's what it's all about. These brothers have built not only great on the basketball court, but they built great brands. This is what I want you to take away. If you got your phone, write it in this. There's a couple of things I want you to do. Number one, you got to build a brand. And what do you want your brand to look like and stand for? That's the most important thing that you got to realize. You can make mistakes. Your business sometimes can fail. But if your brand is strong, you can come back and still make money the next time. But if you're out here doing something foolish, you cannot come back. Your brand suffers, it's over. So remember, keep your brand high quality. Then the other thing I want you to do when you get home from this incredible conference, Marcus is throwing, write this down. SWOT. You got to do a SWOT of your business. And I want you to do a SWOT of yourself. Not only do you want your business to improve, but you got to improve. As a woman, as a man, I do a SWOT twice a year. Because why? I want to be a better CEO. I want to be a better father. I want to be a better husband. That's what it's all about. Okay? So you want to put that W, that weakness, over to the strength column. You take this year and say, hey, wherever I'm weak at, by the end of the year, it's going to be a strength of mine. That's why I'm successful. I'm never satisfied. I always want to get better and better and better. So very important.
Y'all give it a round. Nah, I think y'all taking notes. I think y'all give it a round of applause for that. And so, what was it that, what's some of the key things I think a lot of times we get advisors, we see a lot of people coming to the NBA, the NFL, a lot of athletes, they attempt to transition into business.
Right.
But nobody has had the success like you have. There's others that have success, but you were real early on with it. What was it? What's some of the key components that came into your life that kind of helped you transition from athlete to businessman?
Well, number one, Marcus, I sought out a lot of mentors. And that was very important. That's probably a piece of my secret sauce, is that young men and women that was already successful, I just knocked on their door and asked them to mentor me, help me, because I want to become a businessman. And then I took my ego out of it. Now, a lot of brothers in here, stand up brothers, because I got to talk to you right now. Stand on up, all the brothers in the building. Bruh, take your ego out of things, okay? Now, we got to have the ego when we do what we do. I got one myself. But when you're talking about business, sometimes you got to leave the ego in the car or at the crib. Let me go get this knowledge and then get the ego back. See, I'm still learning even today. I don't pretend that I know it all. So when somebody comes, one of you come, a sister come and say, hey, I'm gonna drop this knowledge on you. Huh? I'm going for that knowledge so I can put it into my business. Okay? So make sure, brothers, you know, we got to be who we are. We got to be the man. We got to do all that. But at the same time, admit to ourselves when we don't know something. And then go out and get that information. And then this is the thing I want you to do that I did with Cookie. I said, look, honey, I need 3 years. I just need you to hold it down for 3 years. Because I'm going to get on this road and I'm going to make it happen for us. So can you handle the kids? Just give me 3 years. And then we going to benefit. What happened in 3 years? Everything that I ever wanted happened. And now the queen is sitting back and do what she want to do. But you need to talk to your wife or your girlfriend to say, this is what we're doing. So she can buy into it and she can be a part of it. See, don't go, oh, I'm going to do my own thing. No, you stand over there. No. It don't work like that. Because if the crib is not good, you not good. No matter how tough you claim you are, if the crib not good, your mind not right. So say, hey, honey, come on. This time, I got to do it. You got to ride with me. Okay? All right. That's what I wanted to tell the brothers out here. Very important. Very important.
I think that's
And I see you doing it.
yeah. This is my wife.
Oh, I got the bio. I saw it. I know.
And I think that's one of the things is that you said putting our egos to the side, being able to collaborate, build with each other. See, I got a friend, a group of friends called Circle CEOs. And what we did, we're all high-level entrepreneurs, 8-figure business owners, but we was able to come together and work together for a cause and show people like, yo, this is what it looked like.
That's right.
We put our egos to the side.
That's right. Put the ego to the side.
Yeah.
Let's make money. This is another thing. This is for all of us. Don't care who lead the deal. Long as you get that check, it don't matter. Now, this is the key. This is the key. Whoever has the expertise, let them lead. See? Because you want the money. Because if you don't have the expertise trying to lead a deal, it's going to fail. So come together, put the money together, just what you talked about. Now, let's decide what everybody's role gonna be. So if they say to me, Majic, you handle the sponsors, got it. I'm gonna get a lot of sponsors too. So and so, you gonna lead the deal, cool. So and so, you gonna do this, cool. That's what's important, that we win. It's not who led the deal. Nobody's gonna care when you got that $1 million in your pocket. Who cares? That's important right there. Ooh, don't get me started, man.
You know, we talked about that decision, like you said, playing that role.
Keep going.
Early on, you did something that was like, I don't know if you've seen it, maybe you did, but you put a movie theater in Harlem. Before it transitioned and became what it is today. How did that come about, putting that into that community?
Well, first of all, let's talk about it. We got a $3 trillion spending power between African Americans got about a 1.5, Latinos got another 1.5. $3 trillion spending power in our community, in the inner cities of America. The number one thing that people want to see, I did research and I did focus groups, but I did it at churches and different schools. So I'm asking people as they're walking too, hey, what do you want to see in the community? What would you like to see? Everybody said, hey, I want somewhere where I can take my family. Then when I did the other research, it said, we're the number one group of people who go to the movies, but there's no theaters in our community. So I said, okay, spending power is there. The demand is there. All I gotta do is build it. So check this out. My first theater in Los Angeles came in top 10 highest grossing theaters in the nation in year one. Hold up, stop. So what did a brother do? The Coke man came in. I said, well, we don't drink Coke. We grew up on flavors. We grew up on Kool-Aid. So I need flavors. Orange, strawberry, grape. So he said, okay. We changed that out, put in a spicier sausage and hot dog, and brought in some fried chicken. My per caps. This is it. This is what I'm trying to tell you. My per caps were the highest in the industry of theaters because I know my customer. And what did I do? I want you to write this word down. Write this word down. You ready? You got to over-deliver to your customers. So what that little subtle change, making sure I had the right sodas in place, the right food in place. Now it came back to me because I couldn't keep it. I was selling so much sodas and chicken and hot dogs and sausages, my per caps were the highest in the industry. So the customer going to reward me because I got everything at that concession stand that they like. Even had jalapeno peppers up there, brother. Couldn't keep it. Understand your customer and over-deliver to that customer. And guess what you're going to get? Brand ambassadors. Guess what's going to happen? Everybody going to run out, tell everybody in the street, in the salons, everywhere they go, man, you got to go to Magic's theater, or you got to go to so-and-so's business. It's off the chain. The place is clean. Oh, let me say that one more time. The place is clean. Very, very important. So now all these free, you didn't have to market, now you got free brand ambassadors that's talking about your business that you didn't have to pay a dime. So that's how I made it, man. Because I did everything the right way and it just came back to me. You know. And then I want to scale. Woo. And grow. Mm-hmm. And the last word is sustainability, bro. I want to be around for a long time.
Yes.
You see? And I'm still standing, right? I haven't played basketball in over 20-something years. And I'm glad I don't get that check no more, because I like the check I get now. Write this down. So important. I want you to do everything in 3 years. Everything else is too long. You got to get a plan for 3 years. I told my wife, baby, we're going to have a plane in 3 years. So I put myself in position, learn the plane business. How much is it going to cost? How much is it going to cost to house it? On and on and on. Now let me go out and make this money after I found out how much a plane costs. So it took me 3 years to get the money saved so I can buy an airplane. So what happened? Got it. Next thing, 3 years, I want to take my business to another level. Again, let me get a plan to do that. See, when you're talking about 5, 10 years, that's too long. 3 years. See, focus for 3 years, and you can make things happen. So let's make sure that you raise your focus and do everything you're supposed to do, and don't let anybody stop you from achieving your goal. Sometimes you gotta pass on a deal too, Marcus, because you're not ready for it. So let me throw this knowledge to him. So I got a food service company and facilities management company called Sodexo Max. I got all these contracts, but the contract that I really wanted was a Disney contract. So when I went to that conference that they have, when minorities want get into the RP business, and you got to get on that list. I went and I heard the man say, when we want 10 million napkins, we mean we got to have 10 million napkins at Disney. I said, oh, I'm not ready for that stuff. But I got the knowledge of what he was saying. I passed on that contract because my company wasn't ready yet. Well, I'm going to say that one more time. I passed on going after that contract because I was not ready. 3 years later, that contract came up for rebid. And guess what? I was ready. So now I feed all the employees at Disney World and at Disneyland. So this is what I'm telling you. That's 240,000 at Disneyland. That's 400,000 people 3 times a day at Disney World. Now, why did I tell you that? Because it's important. Sometimes you say, well, I'm not ready yet. Okay? And it may take you 3 years to get ready, or 2 years, or a year. But don't feel bad. Just stay the course, and when you're ready, do your thing. That's why I had to tell them that. That's very important.
No, that's one of the things I think that rushing and moving too fast, right? One of my mentors early on said sometimes you got to slow down and hurry up. You rather move at the right pace correctly than move too fast incorrectly.
That's right.
You speak a lot of events. What's the average ticket price for you?
The average what?
Ticket price for like events. What do you think the average ticket price for something like this would be?
Oh man, I wouldn't know. Tell me the average price.
$500,000, right? That would seem about fair to come and listen to a Majic Johnson. Correct. You said over deliver.
That's right.
Sometimes you said lead by example.
That's right.
Do you know that this event is free?
That's over delivery right there. That's over delivery. And God is blessing you too.
Exactly. And so as I'm listening to you speak, right, it's the over deliver, and I just want to encourage everybody here to continuously over deliver, right? You can see Majic going above and beyond with the information that he's sharing with us today. And so that was bringing me to my next question, is that when it comes to us building wealth, right? A lot of people scared to say, you say, get the money. A lot of people scared to say, get the money, right? It's like, oh, do it with purpose, or, just, from the kindness of your heart, have a good cause. Like, all that's fine, but we can't be afraid to get the money. But keeping the money for the next generation.
Well, stop. You said 2 great things. No. Get it, and what's the second thing you just said?
Keep it.
Oh, shoot. That's the one right there.
Yes.
Because a lot of us had it run through our veins.
Yep.
There's more used to be millionaires in the black community than we need. I'm going to say that one more time. There's a lot of used to be. And I hate people when they say that too. They come up to you, you know, well, I used to have it going on. I hate going down. Listen, I'm a dude that moves forward. So when somebody comes to me with that, That just drives me crazy. Used to be. What you just said is the key. Get it and then keep it. And then hopefully grow it. Right? Here's where we run into a problem as people in our community. Once we do get the money, we want to change our lifestyle just like that. We got to show everybody we got it going on. And this is what happens to us. Here it is right here. Because of that new lifestyle, we lead the business of the cash. And that's when the business tanks. Because now you're trying to, I need the new house, I need the new Mercedes, I need the new this and this and this. No, listen, let me tell you what I did with Starbucks. So I became the only person ever in Starbucks history to own, and I built 125 Starbucks. Now, stop. So, this is how I got that deal. Sometimes people who don't look like you gotta bring them to the deal. Because they really probably never been to our community. So I brought Howard Schultz to the inner cities. So he wanted to see how I managed my theaters. So he came to South Central LA. I drove him around the community. He said, wow, beautiful homes, well-kept homes. See? He said, wow, really nice. Changed his mindset about the inner cities. Then, thank God, Whitney Houston's first movie was coming out, Waiting to Exhale. So I had 5,000 black women wrapped around the corner trying to get in. True story. So he saw how much money we were making at the concession stand. See, because I told him we go to the movies different than everybody else. We're not going to go to dinner in a movie. Where we going to have dinner at? So, we finally get into the house, my biggest house, 500 seats. I tried to tell him we go different than everybody else, but I couldn't catch him. We're already in the movie. About half hour in, Marcus, every woman in there talking to the screen. Hey. Girl, why you still with him? You should dump him. Like Whitney gonna say something back to him, right? So guess what happened? He pulled me out into the lobby and said, I saw everything I needed to see. You got the deal. Now, stop. That's not what I want. Now, I'm going to teach you something real quick. I got this deal, but I saw something was going to be a problem for me. Starbucks serves scones. We don't know what the hell scones are. So I told him in my Starbucks, we got to have sweet potato pie, peach cobbler, sock-it-to-me cake. Take that scones out. Stop. And then Lawrence Welk music and all that country music and the other Starbucks, that's cool. But it's got to be Beyonce and Michael and Prince in my Starbucks. Okay. What did that do? Check this out. My per caps, per customer, per caps is how much a customer spends. In the inner city, my tickets were higher than his tickets in suburban America. You guys were spending more money per customer than his suburban store. See, because I made those subtle changes. And that's what I want you to think about. When you're building a business, you got to say, what do my customers want? So I knew my community. I knew if I left them scones in there, they were going to stay in there forever. But if I bring in what we grew up on and what we like, we're going to sell out. them desserts like that. Now let me tell you what else I did, Marcus. Never been done in the history of Starbucks. I said, we drive traffic, I told Howard, we drive traffic until about 2, 3 o'clock. Now my stores are empty. I said, can I have the nights free to do what I want to do? He said, yeah. I started spoken word. Man, packed. I started a comedy night. Packed. Now I'm serving coffee until midnight. See? Then I told all the brothers and sisters who play chess, I'm gonna build these picnic tables just for you guys. Guess what I had? Playing chess till midnight. Guess what they were doing? Drinking coffee. Stop. Now this is the one I want you to write down. Every business person in America looks for growth and scale. Now this is what I'm going to tell you what I did. I put up the money for the first Starbucks, but I didn't take the returns because I wanted the first one to build the second one. I wanted the second one to build the third one. The fourth one to build the fifth one. I didn't take no money out until we got to 50 stores. And Lord, have mercy. God, thank you. See, I'm going to tell you what my father told me when I was a freshman. In Kansas City came calling Marcus. Wanted to draft me after my freshman year in college. And we're sitting there with this dude. He said, hey, I'm going to give you $200,000 a year for 6 years. And my father looked at me and said, son, you've been broke for 18 years. Another year won't hurt you. You know what that taught me? I apply that in my business. Another year won't hurt me. That's why I got to 125 stores. Then when I sold them back, because I know you're going to talk about ownership, I know you're going to talk about stocks. Now this is the killer right here. When I sold them 125 back to Starbucks, that's why Mama and I flying on that airplane, right? We're just sitting back. But you gotta learn that. It's important. Another year won't hurt you. Another year won't hurt you. Okay? So remember that. That's very important. Thank you. Let me tell you what happened. I got 2 more stories. Hold on.
No, it's fine.
Because